how much should you spend on your iron shafts? We have like a $60 steel fiber shaft, incredibly popular, or the $105 per shaft Axiom with the Velocore 105S. We're with Adam, Elite Fit Golf. He's gonna help us out and take us through the whole process.
Definitely.
Which is better?
We're gonna find out.
You don't know?
It's, could be one, could be the other. Depends on the golfer, but this new one, this Axiom, has been super popular, so.
Okay. All right, Adam's got me all set up. We've got the steel fiber shaft. He's got the whole setup here. I'll leave a link below. If you're in the Atlanta area, Elite Fit Golf, you gotta find somebody who knows what they're doing when it comes to, you know, fitting your club. So, Adam's the best guy in town. He's the best guy in many towns, maybe in the state of Georgia or the South, or in the world, Adam. What do you think?
Could be.
I've sent a lot of people here. They've no complaints, not one. All right, so we're gonna get our sample size here with steel fiber 95. And what are we looking for, Adam?
Well, most important things that I try to find are how good is your efficiency, that being the relationship between club head speed and ball speed. The higher that number is, the more solidly you're making contact, and that's kind of the name of the game. And then looking at dispersion, really, you know, left and right, short and long. Those are the, so hitting it solid and then having a tight grouping, that's really what makes golf easier.
Okay. And then ultimately, there should be some formula like how much you should spend based on your dispersion pattern.
I've been working on that, the dollars per yard equation. I'm trying to get that figured out. We'll see if we can do it today.
I love it. Here we go. Okay.
Efficiency 1.37, that's close. I mean, that's pretty darn optimal.
All right, that was a little mishit.
A little heavy. You want to switch it out?
Yeah, okay.
All right.
These feel really good. Like no complaints with those steel fiber shafts.
I mean, this is the most popular graphite shaft, I think, still in all the professional ranks. So it's clearly got a lot of good things going for it.
And I would imagine it's because it's kind of like a hybrid. People don't want to commit fully to graphite for whatever reasons, mostly reasons from maybe 20 years ago.
Yeah, I think a lot of people probably have that idea in their head. It's going to be whippy. It's going to be all those sorts of things that you don't necessarily want.
Okay.
Although at this point, you can make graphite every bit as stiff as steel and as heavy. At the same time, you still have, you know, a little more consistency maybe than what you think of traditionally as graphite.
Okay, let's find out.
All right, let's put the Axiom in, see what we get there.
All right, Fujikura Axiom 105s, stiff shaft. Looks beautiful, fully graphite. Got the Velocore technology in here, so they're taking what they've done with their Ventus lineup, and they basically put it in a iron shaft. Did that go higher?
It seemed like it went a little higher. That one definitely, I mean, it was also slightly to the right, obviously.
Okay.
Anything to the right is going to be higher in general, but.
We'll look at those numbers in a minute. Well, that's a, okay. Well, I missed one with the other one.
Yeah.
Ooh, that felt good.
Just a little baby tail.
Little draw, that's my normal shot.
Okay.
Ooh,
That was a good one.
that was my best one.
That was a good
They
one.
are all looking the same almost.
Almost had the hole in one. Getting close.
No hole in one that time.
I've yet to have one in here. I'm still
Oh,
waiting.
really?
I'm still waiting to get one on the driving range.
All right, so that was about the same amount of shots with each shaft. Let's go look at the numbers here, Adam, and see where we're at.
Let's see what we got. So let's do the simple chart first, and then we can dive further in if we need to. Ball speed, a little bit faster with the Axiom, but we got to always check that against your club head speed. Club head speed was a little bit faster. May just be because you're just getting more and more warmed up. So slight change, but within half a mile an hour, not really much. Efficiency, again, one of the things I definitely look for, slight edge to the Axiom, but those are so close that it would really be, hard to call it on that.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned, seemed to get a little higher launch out of the Axiom.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
For whatever reason, and usually the launch and the spin are going to go hand in hand. So the launch gets higher, the spin jumps a tiny bit, and that's what we saw. I mean, this is only half a degree, and that kind of checks out. Carry yardage, I mean,
A yard difference.
really, really close. Our dispersion circles here, it looks like the Axiom was a little bit tighter short to long.
Okay, for distance-wise.
Distance, yeah. But the Aerotech was a little bit tighter left and right, at least on this sample size. So,
Okay.
That's going to be kind of, now again, you run this test repeatedly, maybe that changes, but most people are usually going to be more concerned, better golfers usually are
Yeah.
going to want that short long to be as, because that's where you can really get into
Pin high shots.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
So it looks like, at least in this, the Axiom was a little bit tighter, keeping your short to long a little more consistent.
So this is the Axiom. Our descent angle is it's coming in a little bit steeper.
Yeah, your peak height also a little higher.
Yeah.
At 34 yards versus 32, so plenty of.
So a little extra stopping power, let's say on firm fast greens.
Yeah.
We're coming in steeper with that 7-iron.
Exactly.
Technically, going to be a little better than shallow. I mean, we got a couple that were pretty good here.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, not a big difference, but it feels like a slight edge there to the
A
to the
degree and a
Fujikura.
half on average.
Yeah.
Coming in a little
Yeah,
steeper.
a
Okay.
little steeper with a little bit more spin is gonna be able to stop a little quicker.
Okay, so this is interesting because the Axiom's 10 grams heavier than the steel fiber, and I have the 95s in there now.
Right.
And if we go up 10 grams, you'd think, like you said, you'd swing slower, you wouldn't be able to perform as good, but in reality, most people are in too light of clubs.
Yeah, yeah. Especially when you're talking, 10 grams. It can sound like a lot, but really, I mean, 10 grams, especially in the shaft, it's a pretty small amount, and
Right.
it's really just slight changes in that feel.
But you have a little bit more, let's say, mass or weight hitting that ball. So you
Definitely.
have an opportunity to get better compression, better impact, and better results more consistently with a little bit heavier versus
Yes.
going too light.
Yeah, yeah. Mass times acceleration. Good old
Equals
physics.
equals good stuff.
Equals better shots.
All right, so based on the results, what we're gonna have Adam do is switch out the steel fibers on my Titleist 150s, and we're gonna put in the Axiom, brand new 105s. Let's see what these look like when they're done. So when you're replacing shaft or having your clubs built, this is where most of the problems occur if people don't know what they're doing when it comes to club fitting. Adam here is making sure he measures everything, precise cuts everything, weighs the grip to get the swing weight, weighs everything, factors in glue, and if something's off, he'll put a little weight in there so all the clubs will have the same swing weight. That is critical. You don't want a bunch of things going on just because you took it to some random golf shop. You gotta go to somebody who specializes in club buildings. Otherwise, all the money you spend on shaft upgrades or whatever, forget it. It's not gonna perform and you're gonna think you wasted your money when really, you just went to the wrong guy. Dude, you hooked this up. We've got the new Axiom 105S, and I think feel, performance, everything was really spot on. So I think we improved a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's not clearly a big jump because
Yeah.
that steel fiber shaft is an excellent shaft.
Excellent
so-
shaft.
But it looked like these were giving you slightly better numbers from what we saw. So,
And I'm okay with paying for a cool factor because these look a little bit cooler than the other ones. So there's a price to be paid there. Thanks, Adam. Elite Fit Golf, link below for this guy if you're in the Atlanta area, or all your other needs. Follow him on YouTube as well. Thank you so much, my man.
of course.
Good luck out there.